So we may be drawing close to the end of summer for some of us. Some of us have it all the way till November. But this is something I feel that could really benefit you in a power outage, or even if you just needed a little bit of cooling out in your tent or your camp. Really works well. Doesn't work well in high humidity, and we'll get into that in a minute. But today we're taking a look at the BlitzWolf BWFUN 10. Alright folks, welcome back. So this is a little portable cooler. It kind of is similar to the ones that we've seen before from the As Seen on TV type stuff. However, it's a whole lot smaller and it has its own internal battery. It is currently charging. It's almost fully charged anyway. I just wanted to top it off. But it is capable of operating without grid power, which is really handy. The other ones that I've seen all need to be plugged in. They may have a little USB, you maybe run them off a power bank, but this one you can actually run on its own, and it has an internal battery that will run up to 6 hours when it's fully charged. It's a 2600 milliamp hour large capacity battery. So let's talk about this thing a little bit. I mentioned in the beginning that it won't work well in high humidity, and I know a lot of people have bought these things, and even when I did my first review of that Arctic Cool, whatever I've seen on TV thing, people came back and they were screaming and yelling like, "This just made me hotter." I'm like, "Where do you live?" "Down near a swamp in Florida." Well, duh. What this does is it adds coolness and humidity to the air. It's blowing cold water and air on you. Now, it's not soaking you with cold water, but it's blowing a little bit of a mist. So, of course, it's going to make it more humid. When you have something like this in a very dry climate, like what I have here, where our humidity is maybe 6% and it's 115 outside, this thing works wonders. And it works very well inside enclosed spaces. Now, this isn't going to cool your whole room off, obviously. But if you take something like this, and I've used these type of devices during power outages, if you take something like this and stick it on your desk and point it at you, especially at your face or neck or upper body area where it gets really warm, it will cool you off very well. So let's talk about this a little bit. This is a personal cooler. It is more of a mini swamp cooler. It's not for use in humid climates like we said, okay? And I'm going to show you how to fill it and show you how it works, and we're going to test it with a temperature gauge. But the most important thing of this is the fact that it runs without power. So we're going to unplug that, okay? And I'm just going to turn it on here. Now, I don't have water in here. I haven't primed this. I haven't done it correctly yet. But it is blowing a little bit. I'm going to turn it up more. And that's on high. Not really loud. You got adjustable fins here to blow the air any way you want. So I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to show you how this operates. Now, your first order of business is you're going to be taking out this piece here, okay? This front piece here, pulling this section out, and soaking this, we're running this under cold water. These are basically little sponges, and they will soak up that water. So what you want to do is soak this in water and let those fill up. I'm going to go get my water over here. All right, and you can run it under cold water. I'm just using a bowl here for demo. I'm going to move the box out of the way so we can kind of have everything in camera. There we go. And I'm just going to soak this. This will probably float with my luck. Yeah. And I'm just going to let that soak up the water for a little bit. And I'll bring you back once I feel these are all sufficiently soaked. And you can put it either way, like that. And we will test out the cooling effect. I'll get my little temperature gun out. And we'll test out how cool this gets. There's also a reservoir up here you're going to fill. And I'll show you that when we come back. So once you see most of the bubbles stopping in this, you know it's full. And it starts to sink. It's heavier. Okay. I'm going to flip it one last time just to make sure that side gets it, because the water level went down because it got absorbed in the sponges. We're going to move this over here, and I'm going to show you how to fill the top. Does not need a lot of water. We're going to pick this piece off here, and you will pour your water in this reservoir up top here. See the little ionizer there, or atomizer, or whatever they call it. We're just going to pour some cold water in here, and this is just cold water from my filter inside. If you have water that's very high in calcium, I would suggest using a water filter. That's enough. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the tippy top there, because that will oxidize and get nasty in there. Now what will happen is this will start to vibrate and shoot a stream of mist down here, like that. It will go through these and cool you off. So, let's put that here. Let's let this kind of drip dry a little bit. You still want it wet a little bit, but not too much. Now we're going to just fit this back in the front here. Okay. Move everything back a little so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, I had it in the wrong way. Okay, so there you are. You're going to slide this back in to here. Am I doing that right? No, I'm not. There we go. I was above it instead of under it. Snap it back into place like that. And we're going to turn it on, okay? And I'm just going to leave it on low for a few minutes here and kind of let it work its way through. And then we're going to test it out. I can feel it's cooler air already. We're going to test it out with the heat gun. Alright, so it's been running for a little bit. I now have it up on high. And the air does feel a lot cooler. Now, this isn't the best morning to test this because we're kind of having a little bit of a cooling trend out here. So I don't have a temperature gauge out here at the moment, but it's in the 80s out here. I'll get a reading off the counter here. There, it's about 83. Let's shine it in here and see. I'm going to angle it up a little bit for me. Shine it in here and see what we're getting. Okay, so that's 75. Can you see that? Coming out of there already is 75 degrees. We're going to let it run a little bit longer and see how much cooler it can get, if it can get cooler. But that's a big difference. That's almost 10 degrees difference just having this blow on you. Now, when I picked this up and put it up towards my face, it was like, oh, wow, that feels so good. Now, this also does have a lighting feature in it, too, as well. You can turn the light on. You can make it cycle through all sorts of different modes if you hold it. And that's kind of a neat thing, too, if you're in a tent, if you're camping, whatever. You have the ability to have that little bit of light there. It does drain the battery a little bit quicker, but not by much. There's only one or two LEDs on the sides. So it's really not a big drain on the battery. So let's give it a few more minutes, and I'll give you a little information on it. This will take up to 5 hours to go through all that water if you fill it up. Now, I filled it up to here. You could fill it up probably a little bit more. So you'll have 5 hours of water through there. This is 6.5 inches tall, 5.5 inches wide. Your tank capacity is 300 milliliters. Your battery will run for about 6 hours, and your charging time is about 3 hours. This came about 50% charged. It didn't take long for me to top it off. Now, this is from Banggood. I haven't done a product for them for a while. They were switching over people that I deal with there. So this is a new product from Banggood. It is on sale. Currently, these are $29.99. So again, they're cheaper than the ones that are seen on TV. Unless you get them on clearance. It's starting to really cool off now. I'm feeling it much, much better. So these are fairly easy to use. Very, very low power drain. I mean, they're hardly taking any power at all. Let's do another reading on the inside there. And we're still at 75, 76. There we go. I want to get on the inside. I want to point it up to me. There we go. Okay. Oh, wow. That really feels good. I hope it's not making the camera weird. Now we're down to 73. Okay. There you go. I hate it when it blows air over the camera mic and makes it cut out. So all in all, I think they're a really good deal. I mean, for 30 bucks, you got yourself a little personal cooler. But remember, if you're in very humid climates, okay, if you're near the water when it's hot, if you're in a humid area, these are not going to be what you want. The fan might be nice, but I definitely wouldn't be using any kind of water with this because it will make it very much more humid for you. If you're in a dry climate, like a desert, where I can take this out, put it in my tent and run it, oh man, let me tell you, what a difference. I did use one of these actually camping. Gosh, we went camping with my group a while back, and like last year sometime, and we used these things, and these things were awesome. 2 of us had them, and let me tell you, what a difference it made in the tent. You have to let a little air vent out, a little air out and in, so you don't get all humid inside your tent. But wow, what a difference. It was almost like having a little bit of an air conditioner in there. So that is the BW FUN 10, or the BW Fun 10 from BlitzWolf. I've tried a lot of BlitzWolf gear. All their stuff has been flawless, from radio stuff to everything. So haven't had any issues. I believe I did a filter from them too, a water filter. So I've never had any issues with them. I will leave a link down below. Like I said, this is on Banggood, and Banggood is a site that is in Asia and China, but your shipping times are not ridiculous. So you will be able to get this fairly quickly. It won't take, it's not like, Wish, where it takes 6 months to get to you. This will get to you fairly quickly. So I'm very pleased with it. Again, I'm probably going to be putting this up on my shelf over there. And for days when it's just a little too warm in here, we're going to be using it, where I wouldn't want to run my AC, but it's just a little bit too warm, and this will do. That will be perfect for me. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. The link is down below for this. Like I said, they're about $29.99, 30 bucks. Pretty good deal all in all, and it will definitely keep you cool. An easy way to do it. There are ways to build your own of these types of things, but for 30 bucks, you got a unit here that's already working and ready to go, so can't beat that. Anyway, folks, the link will be down below for that. Below that is our Amazon affiliate store. This won't be in the affiliate store because it's off Banggood. Under that is our freeze-dried wholesaler link. If you have not stocked up on food yet and you're looking to start your journey into freeze-dried food, he really has some amazing stuff. I've got to say, the variety. Somebody asked me if I liked Thrive or freeze-dried wholesalers better the other day, and I got to say, the reason I like freeze-dried wholesalers better is because of the variety. The food is both awesome in both, but that's why I like them, because there's such a variety of food. There's everything there: corn, beef, potatoes, vegetables, desserts, you name it. There's a big variety there. Anyway, check them out. My link will save you 15% on any of their food on the site. Below that is our My Patriot Supply link. That's preparewithiridium.com. On that site, you will be able to pick up a 4-week food kit, $50 off, and it was affordable to start with, so definitely check them out. And below that is our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Check them out as well if you're interested in getting some deals on some Thrive Life food. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. I'm going to go cool off here. Stay safe and stay prepared.